Here we go, guys, it's Craft Club time and month number 14, and it's all about my favourite, which is of course decoupage. And within this month, what you're going to be getting is 49 elements to make lovely cards that are dimensional, but also 3D boxes. So let's dive in and have a look at everything you're going to be getting. Now you are going to be getting a full tub of your iridescent glitter that's got a little hint of pink there. You're going to be getting that one. Then everything else inside, let's look at the booklet first, that you're going to be getting all of these different techniques. 10 techniques for you to try. You've got the QR code that you can follow along with the tutorial videos that I do, but then you've got your step-by-step within the pictures as well as written form. You've got some additional finished examples at the end and a little space there to write any notes. Then when it comes to all of the additional consumable items, here we go. We've got all of your die-cut decoupage. Now within this one here, you are going to be getting 15 sheets. Now within each sheet you're going to get 2 different designs. So you're going to be getting your florals in there, you're going to be getting your real ornate butterflies with your tails in there, the birdhouses with your roses in there, you're going to be getting your cottage, your wildlife, you're going to be getting your cows as well as the honey and the bees as well. Now within each sheet you're going to be getting your 2 different designs and 3 of each individual sheet. Then to actually make the cards, you're going to be getting your aperture cards, 6 in total. Now you're going to get 3 with the oval die cut, and then you're also going to be getting 3 with the circle die cut. That's giving you your 6 in total. Then we're going to be giving you all of this 8x8 cardstock. Now within the cardstock you're going to get all the colours to complement the die cut decoupage. You're going to be getting your deep greens, your light greens, your tans, you're getting your lilacs in there, you're getting your mustards, and you're getting your blues as well, all uncoated, and you get 3 sheets of each colour. That is of course your cardstock, but then as well as those aperture card frames, what you're going to be getting is all of these foldable frames here. Now these are the construction components, but these ones here are what are going to create the actual frames. Now you're going to be able to get 6 in total. You've got 3 that are this mint green, and then you've also got 3 that are this baby blue as well, all scored. All you need to then do is attach your adhesive onto these little panels and then assemble. And then because it's all die cut decoupage, we are giving you all of the foam pads as well. You've got small foam pads which are 5x5, then you're also going to be getting your larger square foam pads there as well, which are 12x12. All of those are included within month number 14 of your decoupage. So whether you're going to be using them for your cards, maybe you're going to be using them for your box frames, maybe you want to start to get creative by following along with the inspirational booklet, you can do that. Maybe you just want to go single layer, you can do that. You can turn them into easel cards if you want, you can turn them to twisted easels, or keep them as simple as you want. But all of that is everything and more that you're going to be getting from Craft Club. It's month number 14, and as I say, it's my favourite. It is all about our decoupage. Now when it comes to Craft Club month number 14, which is all about the decoupage, you can use of course the aperture cards, you can use the box frames, but let's start simple with the aperture card, and this is what we're going to be making for the very, very first project using the decoupage. Let's dive in. So let's start off by bringing in one of the aperture cards. Remember, you've got 6 of these ones, and you've got 3 which are your circle and 3 which are this oval. This is how they come, and all that I have done is I've taken a piece of my own white cardstock, which we've all got at home, and just cut that to just a little bit smaller than that back panel. I'm going to go in with one of my Crafter's Companion tape runners. You can use your own adhesive of choice, and we're going to simply give that a nice little matting layer within the middle here. and we're just going to press that in. Let's close that over, and we've got a really, really lovely white space now to work on. So let's go in with one of those decoupage sheets. You've got an abundance of sheets and abundance of designs to choose from. We're going to go in with this gorgeous pink, where this is all die cut. Now what that means is all that you need to do is just gently work your way around and pop them out. So we just need to go in and manipulate, tiny little pips holding them into place. They're all numbered, so that one was number 1. We can then go into number 2. We're then going to look at number 3, and then we're going to go in to number 3. We're then going to go in to number 4, and then we're going to go in to number 5. So that is all of the layers and the levels for you to work along. We're then going to go in with our foam pad sheets here. Now you do have your 2 different sizes, so you can go with the largest one and go with the larger foam pads, and all that you need to do is then just come along and then just position them into place. We're going to take these ones off the backing. We're just going to peel these ones off, carefully remove them, and this is what's going to give you the height. Now, alternatively, if you've got glue gel at home, you want to use that, then of course you can do, but we just need to go along. We're just going to peel the backings off, and this is going to give that bit of height. So once we work our way along, we're going to take just some of these ones off, and you're going to continue all the way along, and you're going to do that onto the back of all of these foam pads here, with the foam pads onto the back of the designs. Once you've done that, I'm going to bring these ones I've already done, and I've just got them onto a non-stick backing, and these have all got foam pads on the back here. So I'm going to take that first one off, and we're just going to then position that within the middle of our aperture. We're going to go in with what is number 2. We're going to lift, and then we're just going to look, and we're going to manipulate it, because this layer will match bang over the top of the base layer, and we're going to press that into place. We're going to take layer number 3, which is then going to sit perfectly over the top there, and the higher you get, the smaller the image. So let's take layer number 4, and we're just going to maneuver that into place and press, and then let's take our final layer, and then we're going to bring that in. We're going to press that in, and then what we're going to do to just about complete it, I'm going to bring in one of my sentiments. This is a sentiment stamp from our previous craft club, and then we're also going to take our iridescent glitter that we've got within Craft Club 14 as well, and we're just going to highlight some of the central components of the flower. So we're just going to give that a really, really nice squeeze. That's going to give us that iridescent sparkle within the middle. I'm only going to do a few of the flowers just within that stamens. We're going to work our way around, and then as that dries completely clear, what will be happening is you'll be left with that kind of iridescent look within the actual stamens, and then bringing in the sentiment, bringing in our tape runner once again. Have a look, see where you want to position that, whether it's the top, whether it's the bottom. I'm going to go into the bottom, so let's add a little bit of tape. We're then just going to nestle that down, added a little bit of my own black cardstock, but press that in. We can see now we've got our finished card, our finished project from, of course, month number 14 from Craft Club, which is all about our decoupage. Now, when it comes to the Craft Club month number 14, which is all about decoupage, as well as using the oval card blanks and the box cards, let's go back to simple form, and let's actually use the circle aperture. And for this card, we're going to be using the country cottage. So we're going to start off by bringing in one of the oval aperture cards. Now this is one of 6. This is, of course, your circle one that we've got. And to start off with, all that we're going to do is we're just going to bring in my own piece of white cardstock, and we're just going to give that a matting layer into the middle here. Now I'm using my tape runner right all the way round, and then that can then sit nicely into the middle. So we're going to position that into here, and we're going to press. Now we're now going to come in with one of the many sheets of die cut decoupage. Let's go in here with, of course, that gorgeous looking cozy cottage here. Now with this being die cut, that means all we need to do is just pop these ones out. Now they're just held in with tiny, tiny little pips, so just be careful, and we're just going to pop them out. Now they're all numbered, so I do like to pop them out within order. So that was number 1, and there is a little 1 there. Number 2, there's a little 2 there. Let's then go in with 3, and then we're going to go in with 4, and then we're also then going to go in with number 5 here. Within each sheet you've got 2 different designs, so we can pop that away and use that elsewhere. We're then going to bring in each of these once again. Let's just line them up, keep them in order, and then let's go in with our foam pads that you get included. What I'm doing is I'm just popping a few of these ones here that we get included within the set. When I'm at home playing with these, I do tend to use our own Crafter's Companion foam pads, and although that these are our ones, you know what I mean, I use the ones that have got our logo on the back. So we're just going to position our foam pads all the way around, giving ourselves a nice coverage, a nice flat coverage, and we're going to keep on doing that for all of your different die cut layers. So once we've done that on all of the layers, what we can do is we can bring in, so these are the ones that I have already done. I've already just taken the backing off, and this is just a non-stick backing sheet that I've popped them onto. I'm also then going to bring in a stamped sentiment. You are so kind. So I'm using ones from past Craft Club, so we can sit that one there. And then all we're going to do is bring back in our circle aperture card, and we're just going to position that within the middle. Now these are all uncoated, so if you wanted to add an additional little bit of ink, you can do. But we're going to go in with layer 2 over the first layer, and the higher the layer, the smaller the image. So we're now going to go into our 3rd layer, and that's going to sit straight over the top. Let's go in now with our 4th layer. That's then going to go right over the top here, and then we're going to go in with our last layer, which happens to be the little door, and we're going to press that in. Now I don't want to add too much glitter glue, but we're going to go in just with some of the little floral heads here. We're just going to lightly press, and it will dry clear, and you'll be left with that iridescent sparkle just onto the heads of the florals. Let's do a little bit of a dab over the floral, and then to finish off, let's bring in one of our chosen sentiments. The black card, white card from my own stash that we've all got, and the lilac is one of the 8x8 sheets that colour complements your actual aperture cards. And we can have a look. Do I want to go there, there? I'm going to go down at the bottom. So let's just add tape, but only add tape within the corner, because remember it's an aperture. So if you add tape onto the back, you're going to stick right down to the base, which we don't want. So let's go press that in, and then there we go. We've got one of the decoupage cards using that gorgeous country cottage, but also using our circle aperture, which is of course from our Craft Club month number 14, and it's all about decoupage. Now when it comes to Craft Club month number 14, which is all about decoupage, although you've got the aperture card blanks, you've also got your box frames as well, which we're going to be making this really cool box frame from, of course, our decoupage. So let's start off with bringing in one of the box frames. Now we're going to go in with one of the baby blue, but we're also bringing in the side panels here. Now you can use your tape runner if you want, you can use your tacky glue, something like that. My preferred adhesive is a red liner tape. So the 4 tabs, I've put red liner tape, and then that 2 outer tabs, I've put my red liner tape. Now all of these lines are already scored for you, so we're going to fold them in, we're going to fold them in, and we're just going to follow all the way along, and we're going to then go in with our tabs, fold in, and then fold in. And then we're going to do the same with that middle one. So we're just folding these in. So wherever you've got your fold lines, your score line, you're just going to fold them in. And then we're going to come in with the two tabs and panels. Both of these on each side, we're going to be adding a red liner tape, which I've done there. So let's take our poke tool, and I'm going to take the backing off. Again, if you are going to be using your tape runner or your tacky glue, you don't need to do this, but if you're using your red liner tape, you do. So let's take those backings off, and then let's take all of these off here. Now what I'm doing is I like to take all of these off at once. As so many of you are, you know, you love, and you're familiar with our Leanne, head of product development, you know that she loves to take red liner tape one at a time. Personal preference, I take them all off at once. You can do it one at a time if you so wish. And then all that we're going to do is we're just going to then fold and miter at a 90-degree corner as if we are making a box. And we're going to press, because essentially that's exactly what we're making. It's just a box frame. We're just going to press and pinch. We're going to turn that around, and then we're going to press, pinch, and then we're going to press and then pinch here. Now what we're going to do is let's just pop them in. Now on each of these panels, you've got one side here that's kind of chamfered at each edge. So all that we're going to do is we're just going to then slot that into here. So we're going to go up to that score line, and then we're going to press. So just press that in. I'm going to turn that around. We're going to bring in the other one. Again, the chamfered corner, at that chamfered edge, we're just going to go in, slot that in, line that up with the score line, and then press. So we're just going to press that in. Then that starts to form in and shape in. And then all that we need to do at this point is we're just going to cross over. So this one now has our adhesive tape. So let's fold that in and then press. I'm going to go to the other side because it's easier for me. And then we're just going to fold in and press. And then we're going to turn on its side, and then we're going to fold in, and then we're going to press, and then we're going to then fold in, and then we're going to press. That's now given us our box frame. How perfect is that? Ready for you to then layer something onto the back. So what I've done is I've gone into my 8x8 card block that you get included as well, and I have trimmed one of the same tone of blue down to the size, which is 5.5 by 5.5, and I've popped some of my red liner tape around the back. Now once again, this could be your tape runner or this could be your tacky glue, but I'm now going to turn that over onto the back. This is going to hide all of the workings, make that a little bit neater, bring that in, press. Now this you could put some ribbon or thread or twine, or this could go onto a card blank if you want to, but that now gives us our basis to decorate. Now using some of my own white cardstock, another piece of the blue included and a piece of the mustard, I've just done some simple mats and layers. So I'm going to add my tape runner onto the back here. So I'm just adding my tape. That then, I've cut it to size so that it's going to fit within the middle. If you want a little bit of wiggle room, then use your wet adhesive. But now we've got a panel, a platform to decorate. And we're going to go in with one of the many decoupage. So I'm going to go in with the birds here, with the birdhouse. We've got layer 1, we've got layer 2, we've got layer 3, we've got layer 4. Now I've already pop them out like you've seen me do in previous tutorial videos, and I've already got the foam pads on the back here. So I'm just going to peel them off, and I'm going to bring that into position. Now you can build your decoupage onto that back panel before you pop it in. It's entirely up to yourself, and as always, if you do want that extra wiggle room, you can substitute the foam pads in Craft Club 14 for some glue gel. We're then just going to have a look, and then we're going to position layer 2 over the top. We're going to go in with layer 3, which these all match straight over the top. We're going to go in with our last layer straight over the top, Let's press that down. I'm not going to add any glue gel or any of our glitter glue for this. We're just going to come along with a sentiment from a past craft club, and let's have a look. I think I'm going to go right down to the bottom there. So let's add a little bit of tape along the bottom. You can come along with your gems, your pearls, or of course the glitter glue that's included. We're going to press that in, and then there we go. We've got one of our box frames with one of the many decoupage sheets that you get included from, of course, Craft Club. It is month number 14, and it's all about decoupage. Now, when it comes to our Craft Club, month number 14, it's all about decoupage. And of course, you can use the APERTURE card blanks, you can use the box frames, or what about putting your own spin on it and starting to use some of your own layers and some of your own nesting dies to create your own cards. So to do something a little bit different, I've gone in here with a 6x6 card blank. Now, using some of the lilac cardstock that you get included, and then I've also used my own white and my own black, and I've given myself a matting layer. Really, really simple. Then what I've also done is I've taken one of the circle APERTURE card blanks and I've cut it in half, so I am left just with that circle APERTURE frame, and I've also then given myself a matting layer with my own white card and my own black card. I've used my guillotine to create the mats and layers. So on the back of the circle APERTURE, I'm going to use my tape runner, and I'm just going to add my tape all the way around into the corners so it's nice and secure. So we're going to pop that into the middle just here, and then we're going to press that in, hold it in, and now we've got our APERTURE framed circle to get started. So we're going to then position that. Now I'm going to keep it flat. You can, of course, if you want, add your foam pads, but for this one, because we're going to be using the decoupage images, that then means we're going to have height from that. So I'm just making sure my card blank is the right way. So let's pop that into the middle here. And then what we're also going to do is I've brought in my circle nesting dies. Now, so many of us crafters have our own circle nesting dies, and I've just chosen a couple so that it's going to fit in with that pre-APERTURE. Used my own white card, and that's some lilac from Craft Club 14. Once again, you could hire that up if you want on foam pads, but I'm going to keep it flat because we're going to have the height from the decoupage. So add our tape or your adhesive of choice into the middle, and then we're going to centralize that and press that in. So that is now our base ready to go. I'm then going to come in with one of the many decoupage sheets. Now I'm going to go in with this one here. So we've got the tails in there, we've got some of the mustards in there, all numbered. You've got 1, you've got 2, 3, 4, 5, you've even got 6 and 7 because you've got the little butterflies. Now I've already popped them out and popped my foam pads onto the back. So we're going to start off with number 1, and we're going to set that nicely into the middle. I'm then going to go into number 2, and then we're just going to have a look, and we're going to then just build and layer in position. We're going to go in with layer number 3, and we're going to pop that into place. We're then going to go in with our 4th one, and then we're going to press. If you ever get worried about forgetting which layer is which, what you can do before you pop your foam pads, write the number on the back with a little pencil or that. Then that way, if you've got them laid out, if they do kind of blow over, you know which one is which. But it really is simple because the first layer is the full image. The higher it gets, the smaller the image is. We're then going to go in with our last 2 layers, 1 butterfly, 2 butterflies, press that in, secure all that. Let's go in with a tiny little bit of the iridescent glitter you get included, and we're just going to add that to just a few little petals in with some of the wings here from the butterfly, and then to finish off I'm going to bring in a sentiment from a past craft club, and let's have a look. Let's go up to the top for this one here. So let's add our adhesive, and then we're just going to hold that in. Let's tuck that in over the top, press that in, and then there we go. Another way, a different way in which you can be using the floral decoupage from, of course, Craft Club. It is number 14, and it's all about my personal favourite, and that's decoupage.